Hey, Jen here. This weekend was supposed to be an ordinary weekend. No plans with 3 days off from work. Great, we can go through stuff and relax. Part of that relaxing including getting outside. We plan to go hiking with a friend and then have a late lunch. Since we didn't have any plans on Friday morning, I thought it'd be a good idea to post 4 of our larger items on Facebook Marketplace. One being a coffee wine cabinet that still had a lot of items in it. I didn't want to empty it till I knew I was going to a new home. I still need to make room for the items that were in the cabinet. Clearly, this is why I'm starting to go through items months before we're listing the house. No, we didn't really need to get rid of it today, but honestly, I didn't think it'd sell so quickly. This is when the ordinary weekend turned hectic. The messages started flowing in from people who are inquiring about our items. I was up early Saturday morning clearing off the cabinet so we could get it ready for pickup in the morning. Also woke up to a message from someone wanting our entertainment center and who could be here around 9 o'clock. At least that was already empty and not being used. Half hour before we were ready to leave for the hike, I got a message asking about our very heavy and large poker table. Said he could be here before noon. Of course I didn't turn it down, but that meant clearing space. You can see my previous video if you want to understand what the basement looked like. Disaster. We also had 3 people scheduled to pick up items on Sunday from the virtual moving sale, which meant I had to go through those items and get them ready for pickup. As much chaos as it created, it was great to see those items go to a new home. Plus, we have extra cash to help us with those moving expenses. As I mentioned, we wanted to go for a hike just to get outside and get a break from everything, just from working and like doing all this stuff for the moving sale and trying to get stuff packed. Honestly, being on the trail helps me clear my head and plan for the next thing I need to tackle. The trail you're seeing is a trail in Grand Rapids, Michigan called Kenosha Park. Yes, it is as cold as it looks. It was 18 degrees. You wouldn't know it, but this park is close to busy roads in a major city. There's a paved trail and mountain bike trails, so you can get a lot of miles in, depending on how much you want to explore. There are a few bridges that go over the Plaster Creek, and we saw 4 deer and a lot of squirrels. I love it when you can feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. There are times I'm very anxious with this move. It's leaving the only state I've lived in, my family that is extremely close, and a job I've been at for 25 years. Another thing to add to the list is finding a new job. I have a lot of options, so how do you decide? Moving out of Michigan has been something I've dreamed of for a very long time. Let's be honest, I always thought I'd move south. I love the water. I always felt drawn to the ocean. I'm finding a loud, flowing creek or small rock-made waterfall in a river is very peaceful. I could sit for hours by a river drinking coffee, just listening to that flow. Trying to decide what we should keep and get rid of has been tough. We're taking the approach of, does it still give me joy? If the answer is no, then it's not worth the cross-country move. We're also trying to make the tough decision, if we don't use it before May, we should just pack it. For example, it's been extremely cold here and we're not planning on larger get-togethers, so there's no plan to grill any pizzas. Those sound really good right now, but just not in this cold weather. All those items can be packed. We also won't be canning anything from the garden, so those should also get packed. I don't want to use plastic or extra paper, so the plan is to wrap glass in our summer clothes that I won't be wearing until after the move. Getting in the house like going for these hikes helped me get my thoughts together and reduce stress that comes from this change. Over the past few years, I've watched many YouTube videos to help us decide vacations and adventures. I never thought I could do that. I've now decided, why not? I'm using the moving videos as a way to teach myself and hopefully help someone else who is considering a cross-country move or maybe also trying to see if they can do these videos. We can learn a lot from each other. I've realized the scariest part is uploading that first video. Now it's deciding what's the next thing I can show you about my ordinary days. I know someday my ordinary day won't turn into a crazy day. Who am I kidding? I hope you'll come back to check out future videos and to see more adventures. I hope you will continue watching the rest of this video to see more of this hike. At the end, you'll be able to see one of the deer that we had seen. We had seen 4 of them, and they were just eating and did not care that we were anywhere near us. Again, I hope you will come back and see some of my future videos. Until next time.